Let's start another weekly reading vlog. Welcome to this house of books. My name is Ashley and I'm so excited to be sharing another weekly reading vlog. It is Monday morning. It is gloomy, cold, rainy. Tomorrow on Tuesday we might see a little bit of snow flurries, but nothing that'll really stick. I have made a nice strong second cup of coffee. We are going to be starting some schoolwork. Oh, here's Charlie. My oldest had an upset stomach yesterday evening, so he is still down for the count. My youngest is supposed to be getting ready. We'll see how far he is getting ready, but he and I are going to be starting some schoolwork. But I wanted to start this vlog with I need to do less social media, and so I'm going to make it a priority this week to do less. He's scratching himself next to me. What are you doing, Charlie? So, prioritizing reading. This is similar to my last reading vlog, but you know what? I had fun filming it, and so that's just kind of what I'm going to do. I had fun. I'm going to take you kind of a little bit more in depth, like behind the scenes, how our week is going in this vlog. But other than that, it's going to be a lot of reading. I have a lot of reading to do. It has been a really slumpy month so far. Today is the 10th as I'm starting to film this. And I have DNF'd a book and finished a book. And that's it. So for me, I am way behind. If you saw my February TBR, you know that it is extensive. I have a lot of books that I need to get done this month. And so I just have to step it up. You know, right now, my mental health needs less social media and more reading. That's just what it needs. Let's talk about the stack of books that I have next to me. It is a stack. I will not be able to finish all of this in a week. I think I'm going to just film through Friday and see how that goes. So if you follow me on Goodreads, it's linked down below if you'd like to. I have had this book on my reading list for a long time, but I am making progress with it. I just pick it up in the mornings if I am up early enough to just sit down with a nice cup of coffee and read a little bit. But that is The Brave Learner by Julie Bogart. If you're interested in homeschooling, this is a good place to start. This is one of the first books that I read when we started homeschooling. This past year, I actually saw Julie Bogart speak at a homeschool convention near me and was able to buy her book and have her sign it. So I'm going through it again. I have it tabbed. It's just like 5 to 10 page tabs so that I can just take like a bite every morning. Sometimes I do 1 tab, sometimes I do 2 tabs. I did not wake up early this morning. I did not sleep great last night, so I didn't get it done, but I need to make it a bigger priority. Then I have one physical book that I am reading, and that is Shark Heart, A Love Story by Emily Habeck. I am really enjoying this. I need to prioritize this more. It is really fast. Like some of the pages, let me find a good example. That's some of the pages. That's a lot of the pages. If you're reading full pages, like multiple in a row, that's pretty in-depth. So where am I? I am on page 177 out of 405. So I'm almost halfway through. It reads really fast. Like when I actually pick it up, I'm reading, 60 to 100 pages at a time, which means I haven't picked it up often, but I'm going to, because I'm not going to be scrolling social media this week. Then I have an audiobook that I was hoping to have done by now, but it's where I am. So I am reading Heartless Hunter by Kristen Ciccarelli. I don't know if I'm totally enjoying it. It will probably be a 3-star read for me. I think I have 150 pages left. I'm on page 254 out of 404. And I am listening to it on audio. I have sped it up to 2 times speed. It's YA. I can easily do that. It's not a deep story. You know, I didn't give an update about what Shark Heart is about. Let me go back and do that. So Shark Heart, you are following a couple as they fall in love and get married. Pretty much as soon as they get married, the husband starts to notice that he just has some health things happening to him. So he goes to the doctors, tells them what's happening, and they discover that he is turning into a shark. Now, sounds super weird. In this version of our world, it's not. People turn into animals often. Even mothers will give birth to different kinds of animals. It's just some kind of genetic mutation that occurs. So this covers him going through all of the changes. We've gotten to where he has turned into a shark and kind of now the outcome of what does the wife do? It's super weird, but I am really enjoying it. You know, sometimes a little bit weird and kind of like this world, but not, works well. All right, then Heartless Hunter, which is also called The Crimson Moth. This, you are following a young witch. Witches were at like the height of power. They have been overthrown and they are being killed if they are found out. This young girl, like, you know, 18, 19-year-old girl, is a witch. She and her grandmother were about to be found out, and the grandmother said, nope, you are just going to tell them that I am a witch and save yourself. So now, later, she takes it upon herself to go and rescue witches as they have been captured. Obviously, the new people in power don't like that and are hunting after her. The love interest is on the opposing side and is like big time height of that opposing side. What I am really not liking is the amount of like fashion talk. You know, that's just not something that I like in stories. I don't mind like the occasional like, this is what I was wearing kind of stuff. You know, like I like that. The kind of flat like, oh, I'm wearing this gorgeous gown and this and that. It just doesn't hit it for me, and that's a huge part of the story. The main male character, his parents were tailors, so that is just not working for me, and I don't know, there's just not a ton happening in this book. I do believe it leaves on a big cliffhanger. The new book comes out next week. Yeah, I think next week. I don't know. I don't know that I'll finish it, unless it leaves like I have to know what happens at the end of it. That's where I am. So I have 150 pages left. I'm listening to it really fast, so it won't take that long. But I might have to set it aside like today because I also have to read that. I have to read this. This is Our Missing Hearts by Celeste Ng. So this is one of my in-person book clubs, and we are meeting on Wednesday. Today is Monday, and I have not started it yet. Yikes. I have been waiting for the audio to come in from Libby. Unfortunately, like when we first picked this book, it was available right away from Libby, but I wasn't ready to read it yet. And now that I am ready to read it, there's a little bit of a line. I have an Audible credit, but I don't really want to use it on this. So I'm really hoping between like now and this afternoon, this just magically arrives on my Libby and I can start it. If nothing else, I might at least start the sample and see how long the sample is. It's probably like 5 minutes long. That's where I am on that. I have heard that people from my book club who are much more ahead of it than I am have really enjoyed it. So with the author's note is 331 pages. It's not a long book. Ooh, it's really pretty on the front. And I have heard that it is relevant to things that are still very much so politically happening right now. So, this is my priority. Finishing these will happen this week. This just kind of, you know, whenever I pick it up, I pick it up. I do have another book here. I am not expecting to get to it this week. I mean, just finishing these 3 books in a week would be fantastic. But maybe I'll be able to start this one. This is Under Lock and Key by Lana Ferguson. It's February. It's almost Valentine's Day. Let's kind of get into the Valentine's Day spirit. This is paranormal romance. Oh yeah, and my edition is signed. So it will not be big and deep and heavy. I do have the audio for it. Okay, it's only 385 pages. So we'll see. Let me put these in order of they need to be read. All right. That's what I have. I, of course, have books going with each of my kids. So, I have one of them here. Hang on. My 8th grader and I are reading The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. You know, we only have 6 tabs left. That's it. I might push that, like, hey, let's sit down even if he's not feeling well today, let's sit down and get some reading done, and we can just curl up and listen to it. We are really, really enjoying this book. It is funny and witty and we're loving it. So there's that book. I don't have it with me, but my 4th grader and I are reading a book called Stowaway. It's okay. We have a lot left in it, and so it will not be finished this week. I'm hoping next week, probably the week after. We have a lot of tabs left in it. That is what I have to read. This is a huge intro. Let's get started. I need to get my 4th grader up and really moving so that we can actually accomplish some schoolwork. So I will be back during our lunch break to talk books some more. Hopefully get a lot of reading done. Yeah, I've got to just step it up here. We are on lunch break. My oldest is still down for the count, so I am gonna make him some toast and see how his stomach does with that, and then make my youngest a peanut butter and jelly. That's what he would like for lunch. And then I'm gonna have one of these. We got them from Costco last week. They're teriyaki stir fry udon. So easy peasy. I might see if I have some broccoli that I can put with it to get a little bit of greens. But that is that update. So I'm going to make up some lunch. This is our big break. The kids kind of do whatever, and I go and usually catch up, watch some YouTube, stuff like that. Scroll. I definitely use this time to scroll too much. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go and put my headphones on immediately. I think what I'm going to do is during this break, I'm going to try to finish Heartless Hunter. That's what I'm really going to try to do, because then this evening I can figure out how I'm going to listen to Our Missing Hearts and try to knock out a really big portion of that. So that's my goal. Yeah, I'm going to keep making lunch though. I am here with a reading update. I spent way too long on this lunch break, but we have nothing else going on. My oldest still isn't feeling great, so you know what? I may as well sit here and read. So I finished Heartless Hunter. I'm giving it 3 stars. It was extremely YA. Like, I wouldn't even say it's new adult. It's very YA in just about every aspect. I totally guessed the plot twist that happened. I mean, there were like small elements of it that I had not guessed, but for the most part, I guessed it. Yeah, so 3 stars. I will probably not be finishing this series. I think it's only a duology, which is unfortunate because I appreciate a good duology, being able to read 2 books and be done with the series. There's that. I am done with it. Still waiting for Our Missing Hearts audio to come in. So I think this evening I'm going to try the sample and see if it gives me enough, at least to get started. I don't know. We will see. And now we need to go finish some schoolwork. Yeah, it was a long lunch break, but I got it done. I am done with lessons for my youngest, and a massive Book of the Month box arrived. Yeah, apparently skipping the previous month, I had a lot to make up for this month. So let's open it together. The box is giving me compliments because there's so many books, and it says I've got great taste. This is a little sneak peek. This will all be in my next haul and unhaul video that I make, but you guys get to see it first. So I got Black Woods Blue Sky by Owen Ivy. I'm not quite sure how to say the first name. Oh, that's right. What did I hear it described as? The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna and shoot, some other really cool book. Let's see. Mythical Landscapes of Alaska with an unforgettable dark fairy tale that asks the question, can love save us from ourselves? All right, so that was one of my picks. This is an add-on. I really hate how they do add-ons. This is the book that I wanted last month, but I couldn't get it because I didn't want any of the other books. But we have A Sea of Unspoken Things by Adrienne Young. I read The Unmaking of June Farrow last year, and it was one of my top books. So I'm excited about picking up another by her. A woman investigates her twin brother's mysterious death while confronting the ghosts of her own haunted past. So there is that. This one, it's an older, like a couple months older book, and I just keep hearing a lot about it. So I got The Wedding People by Allison Esbach. This is, yeah, isn't it? Some woman goes to an inn and she's gonna off herself, but there's a wedding going on there, and so the bride is like, no, you are not going to ruin my wedding by doing that right now. It's supposed to be really good, absurdly funny and devastatingly tender. So there's that. My next is book 3 in a series. I enjoyed the first book. I did not enjoy the second book. I thought I'd pick up the third one and see how it is. But this is Scythe and Sparrow by Bryn Weaver. So this is the Ruinous Love trilogy. You know, they always have big, huge trigger and content warnings. I can't show it here, but yeah, there's a lot. So, interesting. Yep. It's always 2 pages, so that's always fun. And there's a playlist that goes along with it. So we'll see. This is following the third brother and kind of his story. And then the last book. This is Kingdom of Claw. This is book 2 in the Ashen series by Demi Winters. I have the first one. I haven't read it yet, but this one just came out. I think like this month it just came out. Oh no, 2024. Maybe it was an add-on. I decided, you know what, I'm going to pick it up and have both here ready to go whenever I get a chance to pick them up. This is like Norse Viking-inspired romantic fantasy. We will see. Yeah, so let me hold up this huge stack of books. That's a lot. Well, and if you watch this, then you'll see them in my next video for... That's what my bookmark says. Okay. Alright, that's it. Not the best lighting, but it is the morning, and I have had a nice quiet morning. Kids and I, though, are about to get up and get things moving so that we can do some schoolwork. So I did wake up this morning and I did a tab from The Brave Learner. I also sat down yesterday afternoon and did 2 tabs. So since starting this vlog, I have read 3 tabs of this, so I'm really happy with that. And then yesterday I started Our Missing Hearts by Celeste Ng. Wow. So I'm over 100 pages in. It's a quick read on audio. Let's see. I'm 118 pages in. Very Big Brother-esque. I've never read 1985, but I do have an understanding of what it is. And this is definitely like our society as we know it has become very like, if you see something, say something and tattle on your neighbors. If you don't, you're seen as unpatriotic. There's quite a few things in this that go along with things that are happening currently in our political world. So it's hitting extremely close to home. I am enjoying it, and I'm interested to see what happens in the next 200 pages. Yikes. So, yeah, I'm hoping to get at least another 100 pages into it today, so that tomorrow I just have another 100 pages before I have book club. Yep, that's where I am. That is my latest reading update. I did pick up Shark Heart, but I only read like maybe 5 pages of it yesterday, and then we just got busy and I had to put it down. I'm gonna go get myself cleaned up and get ready for the day. This is what I'm wearing today. Nothing fancy. I do have some red lips on. I have been seeing more and more of the history of red lips, especially during World War II. And I wear red lipstick a lot anyways, so I'm wearing it more. Just big oversized sweatshirt and my favorite jeans. That's it. Super basic today. We have nothing planned other than homeschooling, and I have to do more reading. So that's it. Would it be a reading vlog without me sitting here doing my makeup in one of the clips? Probably not. Today is Wednesday. It is another yucky rainy day. We have schoolwork to do, so as soon as I'm done here, I gotta go get myself ready for that, because I didn't do any kind of pre-planning yesterday for that. So, I mean, luckily at this point, I know the routine. I just kind of have to like fill out their planners and get that all ready to go. I have book club tonight. I have 100 pages left in Our Missing Hearts. And I realized I have not given like a really good update on what this book is about. So let's go ahead and do that. Our Missing Hearts, in the beginning part of the book, you are following a 12-year-old boy named Noah. His mother especially used to call him Bird. His mother has left, and you don't really know why. Again, you're following the perspective of a 12-year-old boy. You know that there was something called the crisis that happened in the United States, but he's not learning the full history at school. He is half Chinese. His dad is white and his mom is Chinese. So his dad definitely is instilling in him, like, just keep your head down, you go directly to school, you come directly home, don't bring attention to yourself, anything like that. So you know that like something big has happened. There is this thing called PACT, and I can't remember what it stands for, I'll put it here. And that has basically changed it to where anybody can tell on anybody. You know, it's one of those like, if you see something, say something. But it's all racially based. At first it was Chinese specifically, and of course it's towards anyone that looks of Asian descent. So 12-year-old Bird gets a letter from his mom. There's been no contact for 3 years since she left, and he doesn't really know why she left. And then things start kind of clicking into place, and he kind of remembers old folk tales that he used to hear from her. He knows that she wrote poetry, but of course, you know, you can't just walk into a library and check out any kind of book, because lots and lots and lots of books have been banned. And then, of course, you know, they're keeping an eye on who's asking for types of books, stuff like that. There's definitely things that happen where you know that like policing and stuff like that is huge and prevalent, and you know, they put out things of like, stay in your house and don't go near the windows, because there might be some behind the scenes forms of protest happening, and that is not allowed at all. With all of that, that kind of sets it up. He decides he's gonna go look for his mom. Doesn't tell anybody. The second part of the book is in a different perspective. In that perspective, you definitely start to learn the background of what happened during the crisis and kind of the fallout from all of that. I am really, really enjoying it. It is, you know, it's hitting really close to home in lots and lots of different ways. And when was this written? I think it was 2022. It was. Did Celeste know exactly where we would be now 3 years later? I mean, probably not, but have we been going towards that route for a while? Yeah, sadly. I think it's definitely giving like updated, Big Brother is watching kind of vibes. It's hitting really close to home. So, 100 pages left. I am going to hopefully knock that out during lunchtime. Just put on my headphones and roll with it and get that done. If I need to this afternoon, I can finish it up before book club tonight. And then after that, I'm going to spend a nice little bit of time finishing Shark Heart. I definitely have not picked that up because I have been devoting all of my reading time to Our Missing Hearts. And then I will be starting the audio for, what's the Loch Ness one? Under Lock and Key. So that is where I am. I am almost done putting on some makeup for today, pulling myself together. Oh, I am going to be trying a new lipstick. Let me show you. I like lipstick. It's kind of my go-to thing. So one of my favorite brands is this. It's a L'Oreal. It's shiny. I love it. It is like super silky, absolutely amazing. It's not long lasting. So then I was trying Maybelline. It's a good color, I like it, but if I wear it more than one day in a row, my lips get so dried out because it basically like cements itself to your lips. So yesterday I had to go to Walgreens and I picked up, it's another kind of L'Oreal, but it's supposed to be long lasting, and I think it's a similar color to this. I'm gonna try that out today and see how it goes. I will be back with an update. All right, here we are. Done. It went on really, really easy, and already it feels really nice on my lips. Like, it's not tacky. It kind of like instantly kind of matte dries. I don't know. This might be it. I don't know. It's a little darker than my others, but not in a bad way. It comes out really bright red here, but in the mirror beyond my camera, it is darker. That is that. I'm gonna put my glasses on. There we are. Let's start our day. Little update. First, I am loving this lipstick. Like, it's not sticky at all. Like, minimal just came off when I was rubbing my lips just then. Yeah, like I've had breakfast and lunch, just a little, coming off on the inside of my lips. That's it. I really like it. I think it was a good purchase. All right, I have been sitting here for far too long reading this. Had lunch, that was great. Scrolled a little bit and then put my headphones on and listened. I only have a teeny tiny bit left, but I don't have any more time right now. The kids and I need to get back to schoolwork, and then I have an appointment in about an hour. They need to be like settled and not needing me for a little bit so that I can do my appointment, and then I'll be able to finish afterwards. I am really, really liking it. Unless something crazy happens, I think it's going to be a 5-star book. We'll see. The only other book that I've read by Celeste Ng is Little Fires Everywhere, and I didn't like how she finished that book. It just kind of was left with a lot of unanswered problems, so I'm curious to see what she does with this. That's where I am. You saw the picture of the cats. They are still here with me. I am trying to get our new cat, Charlie, used to touching his paws so that I can clip his nails because he grabs with his paws, and yeah, that was just yesterday. He was not being nice and just gets that little nail out. We'll see. Anyways, I will check back in when I am done with the book. All right, this is awful lighting, but I'm in my car and I just got back from book club for Our Missing Hearts, so I was able to finish it this afternoon. It was really, really good. I am giving it 5 stars. I will say, Celeste Ng does not like to leave books with a nice little bow at the end. That's okay. I don't mind that as much in this book as I did with Little Fires Everywhere. So it was really good. I think overall the people at book club enjoyed it and are concerned how parallel this is to current political situations. So, really, really good. I'm so glad that I picked this up and was able to read it. I've had it on my shelf for a long time. Now, going to and from book club, I was able to start Lock and Key. We'll see. I'm just barely into it. So far we have met the main female character, whose name is Key. She is returning to Scotland. Her father was from Scotland and left, and so she actually has never been to Scotland, and there's some family drama and stuff like that. And then of course she has car trouble and is rescued, and so now we have met also the main male character, whose name is Lachlan, which then of course Lock and Key for the title. That's about as far as I've gotten. I don't know, we'll see about the character development and see where that goes. As of right now, I'm gonna go in. It is yucky, rainy, cold, so I think I'm just gonna go chill for the night. I will check in tomorrow to see what kind of reading happens tomorrow. All right, time for an update. First, I am filming on my brand new phone. So first, a little video clip from that. Yeah, super exciting. Then it's just been a busy day. I did wake up this morning and I read some of the homeschooling book. I think I did 2 tabs. It was just, not the most interesting or relevant part that I think I would ever include in our homeschool. So I was able to do a lot of skimming. Then we had co-op, and that was a lot of fun. Some fun celebrations. I have a friend that makes earrings and things, so she made everybody a nice little pair. And this morning I did read about 40 pages or so from Shark Heart. So I am now over halfway done. I'm going to sit here right now and read. I am in some comfy clothes. This is a sheep farmer in Canada that I stumbled upon at the very beginning of COVID, and I have been watching her content ever since, and she's fantastic. So I am in a nice big comfy hoodie. I have lit some candles. It's nice and quiet right now. So as fun and exciting as my new phone is, I am going to set it down and get some reading done. I will check back later to see how much I get done. All right, I am looking like a mess, but it is Saturday. So my original plan was that I was going to finish this on Friday, but it was Valentine's Day and we were busy all day long and I didn't pick up the camera and I didn't read at all. I have extended it through today. And so let's talk about books. I did pick this one back up this morning and give it another shot. I made it to chapter 8. I think it's page 69. I cannot stand the main character. She just comes off really brash and kind of know-it-all, and that, I don't know, I just don't like her character at all. So I'm not going to continue it. It is going to be a DNF, which is unfortunate. It's my second DNF of the month. I have just picked up and started reading again Shark Heart. I read, how much did I just read? I don't know, about 40 pages. It's an easy read. These are 2 of the pages, and I folded it down because trying to explain what this book is about. On page 320, it says, "As they say in the theater, suspend your disbelief. Otherwise, the reality of this world is very much like yours and mine." And I think that sums up this book really well. We have kind of made full circle and seen how the other characters in the second part have now tied into the whole story. So I have about 60 pages left, and so I'm going to sit here and finish it. And then I will be back when I am cleaned up, put together, done with the book, and we'll talk about how this week of reading went. Okay, I'm slightly more cleaned up, and I have finished the last book, so let's talk about all the books that I included in this reading vlog for this week and how it went. So I was able to finish 2 books that I came into this week. I had already started them. First was Heartless Hunter by Kristen Ciccarelli. I gave this one 3 stars. Like I said, it just didn't do it for me. Probably maybe when I was younger, in my 20s, I would have really enjoyed this one, but it was not for me. And then, of course, I finished Shark Heart by Emily Habeck. 5 stars, absolutely loved it. You have to go into this with a completely open mind and be okay reading magical realism, which is one of my favorite types of like subgenres. I really like magical realism, and I like how there is a little bit of like separation between like groups of characters, but they all kind of tied together at the end. I just really, really liked this book. I thought that the way that it was written was really fascinating and different and interesting. Highly recommend. Then I started and finished really quickly Our Missing Hearts by Celeste Ng, and this, I had to read it for a book club. I give this one 5 stars. I really liked this one. Would definitely put some trigger warnings on this if you are really sensitive to current political topics right now. This might not be the time to read it, but I took it as a warning to continue speaking out and using my voice so that hopefully it doesn't get to this. And then I did have a DNF, Under Lock and Key. Not my type of main character that I like to follow, where, she walks into a situation that she thinks she knows it all and she doesn't. She's never been to Scotland and there's signs telling her not to go on these sharp rocks, and immediately she does. And then when she's told not to, that it's dangerous, she gets all like high and mighty about it. And then that just continues. That's how far I made it. But enough where I was like, she's not like, no, wasn't for me. I will take that as a really, really good reading week. Did I still scroll social media? Absolutely. But it did give me a goal to encourage me to be like, okay, I've done my scrolling, now to get off and read. And I'm really thankful for that, so that I just didn't get into that like endless doom scrolling, which is not productive. I want to stay nice and informed and share things and comment on things, but also respect my sanity. And that's how I did it this week. On that note, if you like this or anything else that I post here on this channel, make sure to like and subscribe down below, and I will be back for more soon.